Hello there, welcome to Nerd.World Films. Today, we're taking a look at the two serial killers, a rarity, where two serial killers work together in partnership to commit horrible crimes against young men and women. We're looking at the Woodborough murderers, Stu Marcher and Billy Loomis. In most serial killer pairings, there is always one dominant and one submissive, an alpha and a beta. Billy Loomis was the alpha, the one who got Stu to do all these things, pulled him into this world, took a damaged and deranged young man, and made him a killer like himself. As he would confess, it was always a good idea to have a partner to sell out just in case you get caught. Billy Loomis was a troubled young man, disturbed by the separation of his parents at a young age, with feelings of abandonment. He would later learn that the reason his parents split up was because his father had had an affair with a woman named Maureen Prescott, the mother of someone he went to school with. He would develop an unhealthy fascination with this young woman, Sydney Prescott, and devise, in his mind, a revenge against her, to punish her for the crimes, as he saw them, of her mother, for ruining his life. To get revenge on her, who he could no longer get to because she was dead, he would destroy her daughter and murder her. But to cover up this crime, he developed an elaborate plan that involved the murder of many other young men and women. Taking a peanut-eyed ghost-faced costume from a Halloween store, both him and Stu would utilize a knife and slash their way through many of the teenagers and other young adults of Woodborough. The police, with no leads, initially did suspect Billy, but not knowing that there were two killers, they were able to alibi one another. And this was all part of Billy's sick game that he wanted to play with Sydney. Convince her, who was now his girlfriend, that he wasn't the killer. And allow Stu to fake his murder to elicit sympathy, all so that he could enjoy the pain on her face when he would later appear, still alive, and attempting to kill one of her other friends. Him and Stu would then taunt her, laying out their plan of murdering her friends and her family. The two young men would then severely injure one another, but not fatally, so as to look like helpless survivors of a killer whom they were setting up to be Sydney. It wasn't enough for them to simply kill her or ruin her life, they had to destroy her name. For Billy, this was the only satisfaction he could ever get. This was his obsession. And Stu just seemed to love to kill. His exact motivations have never really been known or explained, other than he was under the influence of the alpha of this relationship, Billy. But due to their injuries and their distraction, Sydney was able to escape and turn the tables on these murderers, eventually killing Stu, and with some help from other survivors of this massacre that had been taking place, they were able to bring Billy down, ruining his plan of ruining her life. After a thorough investigation and interrogation of many of the other witnesses and people present, the police determined that the two men acted alone, though some, including some of her friends and one police officer, a junior officer named Dewey, suspected that there was more to these young men, that perhaps they couldn't have done all of this alone. Unofficially, they were sometimes known as the Ghost-Face Killers, but generally speaking, they are known as the Woodborough murderers. But this would not be the last time that Woodsborough will be darkened by a serial killer donning a ghost-faced mask. This was only the beginning of the horror for the people of Woodsborough over the next few years. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and comment down below. With that said, bye bye.